round 3 of the Ironbeard deck against Mr. Gunker. He's not playing any Soulforge or Soulbinded cards, so I'm just going to play an Aeronaut here and pass the turn. He's probably playing Herald. Having a leveled Ironbeard would be really good against Herald, but I don't actually know he's playing Herald. So Aeronaut's just a really solid opener. It's tough to take down if he's playing, what's it called, Oratech Battlebrand. I mean, Ironbeard is too, but Aeronaut has the ability to pump its team, and Ironbeard is always going to be 4 damage. Echo Wisp. So I actually get a free Leyline Sentry, and get to kill his Echo Wisp. That's kind of weird. This card doesn't scale as well as it... Wait, this is alternate art, right? Yeah. So it doesn't... It makes a normal art copy of itself, which is really weird. So I'm gonna play Justicar because it seems like his deck is all nonsense, no fun allowed sort of thing, and then play a Behemoth to block his Nephrax. I'm not gonna move the Aeronaut to block the Echo Wisp because I'll just take 6 damage. I don't really want to lose my Aeronaut. I can even block his Echo Wisp with my Relic Scout if I so choose. So he's probably playing Dejin Brood Queen as well, considering he's got sort of token theme going on here with Nephrax. He needs to sacrifice a creature to Nephrax in order to make that work. Nephrax is really good, actually. Also, I love the art on this card at rank 3. It makes 10/10s and then 15/15s every turn. Its only downside is you need to sack a creature when it comes into play. But it is gigantic. Like, it's 10 toughness, 13 toughness, 21 toughness. It's really difficult to take down. It's a card I really like, really enjoy. What is this card? I don't recognize it. Oh, it's Grimgaunt Doomrider with a really sweet alternate art. Huh. Oh, that's a good card for sure. So, I'm gonna end up killing his entire team still. Alright, kill Nephrax here, kill Grimgaunt Doomrider here. I don't kill the Spirit token. One thing I can do is make a... That still doesn't work. I was gonna say I can make a 7/7 Armor 1 Relic Scout. Like a Relic Scout my Dendrify. But that's not that great. The play might be to move my... No, because I want to kill the Doom Rider this turn. If I don't kill the Doom Rider this turn, his Doom Rider gets bigger, because every creature that dies pumps it. I think I just rank up my... Man, I wish I had an Ironbeard in this hand. This would be a really good Ironbeard turn. I could like play Ironbeard and Relic Scout, and my Ironbeard would live through Echo Wisp. But now with the Ferocious Roar, I'm just not really sure what to play. I'm pretty sure I'd rather have a Behemoth than anything else. So let's go with that. I don't really want to block with Thundersoar. I actually probably should have, honestly. I should have blocked here with the Echo Wisp with Thundersoar. And then... Because now what am I going to play? Like, see my problem? I guess I just play like a Thundersoar here. And eventually it'll get bigger. Maybe not. Who knows? So it looks like the Sentry's going to come into play. Because that's... pretty much every card I've seen from him just puts things into play. Or utilizes cards to put things into play. Or his Grimgaunt Doomrider. So if he plays 2 Doom Riders here, I guess I don't get a Sentry. So he gets my Gauntlets, which sucks because I wanted to play that card. And then he plays a... I want this Leyline Sentry to be free. Free creatures is just like the best. It's the dream right there. Sweet. So unless he doesn't have an Uterra card, in which case it's completely his fault because he could have played the Brood... Oh my goodness. You can't cancel Brood Queen's ability. That's one thing I know about this card. So, he actually forgot to play Brood Queen first, because this was his only Uterra card. So he just played the Uterra card first, and then played Brood Queen without a token, so I didn't get the free Sentry. So basically, my opponent skillfully outplayed me by forgetting to play his cards correctly. Okay, well, whatever. What I'm going to do is play I'm going to play the Thundersword in front of the Brood Queen, and then Justicar in front of... I should have actually scouted the Thundersword, I think. Because the most threatening card I have on board right now is this Justicar. So he's probably going to want to kill it with Brood Queen. So I don't want to put it in front of Brood Queen. Because then I'd rather have a Thundersword in front of Brood Queen so it gets some power. And if he wants to kill that Thundersword in front of Brood Queen, it doesn't really do a whole lot. Like, it's just 0 power right now. Okay, this Echowisp doesn't do anything. I want to draw my own Ferocious Roar. It's kind of weird. They should probably fix it so that the alternate art one spawns the alternate art Echowisp. It just looks kind of weird that it doesn't do that. The rank 2 one puts just one other copy, and the rank 3 one fills his board with Echowisps. Okay, I was just trying to remember what the card did. It's been a little power creeped since then. This card used to be really, really good, but now they're just better options. There's no reason to play such a fragile creature. So he's killing my Justicar as, you know, predicted. And then I'm probably going to replace this Thundersword so I can kill his Brood Queen. Because it just all depends. Yeah, I don't really want that Brood Queen to live. Even though I do kill the Thundersword, I don't think it matters that much. Because I get to keep the Justicar and the Shardblade Behemoth I'm going to play here. So, play that, play that. And this way I also get to kill his Doom Rider. It's one of the downsides about Doom Rider. Man, it would have been sick to have those things, have those golems in my hand now. Maybe he'll somehow move his Doom Rider to, It's actually not that unlikely. If he plays a creature, then plays like a Nephrax, his Doom Rider moves, and I get to play that is a Grimgon Devourer in front of the biggest creature I have. It's a strange choice. Yeah, not really sure what that was. Anyway, I'm pretty sure the play is just to play my Aeronauts. Because I'd rather have level 2 Aeronauts than level 2 Golems. And I'm going to replace my 1-1 Behemoth so I can pump up my Thundersword. And I guess my other Shardblade Behemoth. That one didn't really matter for combat that turn. It's just the 1-1 wasn't really going to do anything. I'm going to rank up another Justicar here. I probably need to play my Dendrify this turn, because he has Doom Riders and Devourers, and I think that's the only card that comes even close to killing me. Because the other cards in his deck are like Brood Queen, Aetherphage, Nephrax, Echowisp, and these are cards that I'm not too worried about if I just have Justicars in play, which I've leveled them every opportunity I've had, so I should be able to deal with all his Echowisps nonsense. Echoes also just aren't that great anymore. I guess to take my Dendrify, that sucks. I do get to kill his Aetherphage though, and his Doom Rider moves, so if I had a Leyline in my hand, it'd be good this turn. So I'm going to play a Behemoth in front of the Doom Rider. Do I give the Behemoth armor? I don't think so. I'd rather have a larger Justicar. That way, it's a little more difficult to kill. And the armor on the Behemoth doesn't actually do that much here because it's only 2 armor, and the Grimgon Devourer would put it at a 4/4 with 2 armor, which isn't that threatening. Okay, finally, if he moves his Doom Rider this turn, I get to play a Golem. Free Golems. I don't think he's seen an Ironbeard from me yet, right? I don't think I've played one. So for all he knows, I'm just some innocent Aloyan Uterra beatdown deck without any sort of sentries or what have you. No, that sucks. I didn't get the level 2 sentry. Well, if he kills my creature, and then plays something else, then the other Leyline Sentry comes into play. So I guess that's what I'm hoping for. Okay, so I do get the Leyline Golem at least. Oh, no, I don't. His Echo Wisp didn't die. Neat. So one of the sweetest things about this card is that it blocks really big creatures. Even if it's not that great. And I just played the Ironbeard because I don't actually might have been better to play First Destroyer there. Yeah, it was actually better to play First Destroyer there. My bad. I got too excited, too carried away. Didn't draw any level 3 cards. Hopefully that means he just didn't have very much, because I can't really deal with a lot here. He has Thunder Swords. That's a bad trade. That doesn't even trade with my creature. I think it's because his Grimgone Devourer or Doom Rider is gonna move into my Justicar's lane, so I'm gonna Ferocious Roar to pump up my sentries. It's better than playing with any of these level 1 creatures. And I get to kill his Doom Rider when it moves into my lane, which otherwise I wouldn't be able to. Actually, I would have. I just miscounted. That's fine. It's still worth it. Still no real level 3 cards. The Leyline Sentry is not... It's like a glorified level 2 card, honestly. It's only 9 power. 17 toughness, which is good, but that's really only good for blocking. Not that good for attacking. So another level 2 Echo Wisp, so I get the Sentry for free. And the Echo Wisp doesn't kill my Sentry. It's probably not what he wanted to go for. I'm probably going to play Relic Hunter and replace something. Likely the Brood Fang, or the Sentry in front of the Brood Queen. This way my guy doesn't die. He can't kill my level 3 Leyline Sentry with Brood Queen. He's at 25 to my 92. I try not to. I rarely actually look at the life totals, which is kind of weird, because they don't actually matter that much. The board is what matters. Eventually you just win, or eventually you just lose. Like, if you're losing, you have to look at life totals a little more often. If you're winning, all you have to do is focus on not losing. Because if you're winning, you generally have board control, or you're doing something right. So you don't need to be like, oh, okay, I just need to push through as much damage as possible. Because that's not how you really win the game. If you're winning, as long as you don't mess up, you're going to win. That's just kind of how it works. So that's like the one turn I didn't have a Justicar out before he played Echo Wisp. I think this actually makes my Thundersword kill him. Because my Sentry will kill this guy. Oh no, if Thundersword dies, obviously. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. So... guess I play the Behemoth here to kill the Brood Queen. And then Justicar, just because that's his entire deck. And I'll move the Aeronaut in case he kills my Leyline Sentry, and I can move the Aeronaut into the middle lane to pump my other creatures. Wow, I've got a lot of Aeronauts. Fighter Pilot Extraordinaire. Okay, he just conceded, which, you know, it's a sweet... His deck was not like that. It seems weird for me to say, because it took like, what, 15 minutes for me to actually kill him? But he didn't actually do anything with his game plan. He just played a bunch of creatures, didn't interact with me at all. He just kind of like played Brood Queen a couple times, killed me, or killed a couple of my creatures. Didn't actually have a coherent game plan. Echo Wisp wasn't big enough to stay on the board, so he was just kind of playing Echo Wisps into my Justicars and then like losing, which is not that great. Though to be fair to him, This deck is very good against the put stuff into play from random places decks because of the Justicars and the Sentries. So sweet. That's 3-0. That means I get to play in another event after this one. I don't know if I'll have actually time for it because I've got other things to do today, but I will play it at some point. But that's for later. Let's just go on to round 4.